I guess we're just waiting now.
And we're
Looks
live.
we're live.
We're live. We're broadcasting.
Are you sure? Oh, there it
Yeah, I'm
goes.
totally
My screen
sure.
just said live. All right.
Good morning, Vietnam. Oh wait, sorry. Wrong live show. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very pleased to introduce all of you to Allison Locke McKenzie, leader of Ghosts of Winterfell, an alliance all of you know. She's joining us on our podcast. Thank you very much for joining us. And say hi.
Hey, thank you for having me.
All right, that's Allison. So it's really cool. So we're going to talk about some kind of pedestrian stuff at first, I guess. But I really hope that you guys enjoy hearing from someone outside of our alliance who obviously leads an alliance that has won multiple titles and has some credibility in that regard, to kind of talk to you about some stuff. So first things first, I want to touch on Spies.
My Spies rock. I love Spies.
Spies are the best in the game, are they not?
Oh my God, yes.
They play for diminished VP, and they also allow everyone else to score.
We couldn't do what we do without our Spies.
Yeah. I like to say that we have one of the best spy operations in the entire game because it's really, really good. We're very fortunate to have like a very smart, dedicated, capable spy master, and then also a deputy spy master who is Australian.
Nice.
So we've got like the whole spectrum covered, and between the two of them, they run our spy stuff like clockwork. They're really, really good. But I think that everyone can appreciate the fact that like everyone needs more spies. Like no matter how many you have, it doesn't ever seem like enough, right?
I don't know. We haven't had a problem really.
Oh, okay. All right. You're just gonna big dick me like that? Okay,
I'm
that's cool.
sorry. We don't really have a problem with spies. If we don't have a dedicated spy, and I have one that's, oh my God, her name is Dawn, and she is the bomb. She spies for 12 to 18 hours every time.
You want to call her name out and give her some credit? She might hear this.
Dawn Marie Deliri, you rock.
There you go.
And, yeah. Well, all my spies rock. But anyways.
We were spread out this last phase, across three alliances.
And you know what? The thing is with spies, we always have dedicated spies. But if for some reason there's a shift change, something gets screwed up, and the spy that's replacing can't get in because the camps are full, then someone with general speed gear will just send spies.
A group, right?
Pardon me?
A group.
A group. Oh, that's another thing. I always tell everyone, not just my spies, to make sure you have at least 2 types of sworn swords in the number of a third of your garrison points.
Yeah.
So that when you have to garrison on the fly and you're getting bombarded by 20 alliances and your incoming only goes back 10 minutes, you can't sit there and add sworn swords one at a time because they're going to be towed. So you have to be able to fill out and send like that. So if you have a third of your GP or a fourth or whatever, like if you have a lot of GP and you're a spy, you can spy 4 camps easily.
Yeah.
So, but usually it's 3. So you can just fill all of that type, then go to the next camp, fill all of that type, then go to the third camp, fill all of the type that you want, send those, go back and remove. Well, this is only if you have time. You can go back and remove. If you're garrisoning on the fly, you could go to a slow region and do that, and just fill up 2 camps with 2/3 of your GP. Go to the region that's hot, fill in a third of your GP, send your spies, go back, get the other ones out. rinse and repeat.
So
so that you're filling all and sending like on the fly.
Alf is super generalist. 2/3 of our GP is generalist, like generalist gear, any action at max speed on the fly GP. 2/3 of it.
That's sweet.
So it is pretty sweet, right? I've been preaching it. I'm glad you said that. I've been preaching it for a long time, and like I'm trying to win over some late holdouts.
You know, my silver kill people usually are on their power gear.
Yes.
So but anybody that's doing battle should be in general speed gear.
Yeah, because power does not matter in battle at all,
right?
Does it?
No, because you're hitting dead camps. Hopefully.
You're hitting dead camps, undefended camps.
Right, undefended low silver camps.
Hello.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, who's this surprise guest we have?
Hello. I'm Good Wife Flowers.
Okay, well, thank you. Joining us now is
Hello. It's me.
It's our spy master, Angie Heisman.
Correct.
She
Hi,
couldn't
Angie.
wait.
Angie,
Hello.
we're talking with Allison, Locke, McKenzie, leader of Ghosts of Winterfell, and we were just talking about spying. And we were talking about the merits of having generalist gear, and I'm glad you're here.
Oh, so I came at the right time then.
Yeah, we were
Right.
talking about it. Angie, you have generalist gear, right?
On Mary, my
Yeah.
spy one. No, that is Intrigue's speed gear with spy seals.
No, I was talking about because you have 251 GP.
You have a shit ton of GP.
And you're a spy.
By the
you
way,
have
Allison,
a spy with 251 GP. I don't think
no,
many alliances have that.
No, you're getting my accounts confused.
I with whatever account you have.
No, no, Mary has two. Now you got me at it. She has 150 GPs.
Oh, that's perfect for spying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I send them out in groups of 50.
That's absolutely perfect. You wear land the clever knife?
I'm sorry?
Do you for your hand items, since you're all intrigued, do you wear land the clever's knife?
I've not got that many knives yet.
No, on your main. On your main when you're sending spy.
Oh no. No, I haven't got that.
She doesn't spy with her main.
Oh,
her
well,
main...
whatever character you spy with then.
No, I've only got the one so far. I've never decided on how I'm going to use that land of cleaver's knife.
Let me tell you something. My little Greyjoy harasser who has never re-inned puts on that land the clever knife and her General Mature and Bruce Bolton's dining attire.
Yeah.
And she sends out like 50 each. She doesn't say about 50 per camp.
Yeah.
And even defended and silvered camps with that land the clever knife, you can still get your spiders.
Yeah, but how does that affect your speed?
There is no speed on land, so I put land the clever seals on it. So you only got 6% to speed on your hand items. So you gotta have a mature as a unit, and you gotta have speed on your body.
I don't have a mature.
Yeah, but for spy you don't need a whole lot of speed because of the building.
Well, you get 10%. You get 10% from the embassy.
Yeah,
but
well,
then if you want to alternate with steel, then you're gonna need more speed.
If you're gonna alternate with steel, the magic number needs to be 33. But if you're just going to spy, the magic number is 23. so you can get mad powerful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, our spies are really good. I've been really preaching ever since DB came out with that pack that included the loyalty seals, which give 2% general speed to AVA. People
That
got
was a
all
good one
butthurt about that in the pit, okay? Because they played for 4 years to get like 4 of those seals, and DB came out with a pack that offered 12.
I know,
didn't
I didn't buy it.
butthurt. That
I
shit
should have
was
bought it, but I didn't.
not only did I buy it, I made everyone I could buy it, and I bought it myself for 7 different people in the alliance and gave them the redemption codes for it. That shit was a game changer.
Can I join now? I'm kidding.
It's a game changer because no longer did you need the axe for speed. It freed up your hand weapon. So now we've got people that are full speed generalists who are rocking mirror shields and landmines at full speed generalists.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, my third account is a full speed generalist.
Yeah, that's the new hotness. We're like so much nastier now since that pack came out.
It started a discussion because we for months, I think for a better part of a year, we all know what the best gear is for each type of action, what the best generalist gear is. And then those seals dropped and we were like, okay, everybody has their own theory. Oh, I've got this setup. I've got this one. Everybody was using the calculators. We have people with generalist gear that are prepared to kill defenders, spy, take silver.
Yeah. Yeah, now we have generalists that also specialize in something, which is totally game changing. In my opinion. I think
it got the geeks mojo flowing back again, I think.
Yeah, my geek motor is totally flowing. I think the age of the generalist is here. Really.
It's been here for a long time, John. Where have you been?
You know what, Allison? I've been preaching generalist gear for so long, but there are so many holdouts. So, like, there's so many holdouts, so many people that have invested time and money in, like, specific sets.
Well, yeah,
that it's hard to win people over.
Not only that, my main was one of those holdouts that would always switch gear for actions because she invested so much time evolving those fucking epic crafts. Am I allowed to swear? That's too bad. I swore.
My main is the same.
Yeah, so I have, Meraxis 2 fully evolved, and the Rhaenys dress, and the mature green for when I'm killing silver with bribe. And then if I switch to steel, I go with the Blackfire and Aegon's crown. Well, actually, Blackfire isn't fully evolved yet. Aegon's crown and my tan mature. And now, well, last 2 phases, though, I went with my general gear with Pod Axe, Bruce Bolton, and a general mature.
Yeah.
Pack. Well, he's now colossal. He became colossal right in the beginning of this last phase.
Congratulations.
Lucky you.
Lucky.
So he has like 35 freaking % to attack.
Oh, if only if I had one of those.
With 108 base stat to each action.
Oh yeah, just that's money.
That's
ruling.
I did not change once this phase, not once.
Allison, I've been trying to tell that people, like, if you get a dope like generalist set, you will find that you never change gear, and not only will your win rates be unaffected, but you'll probably score better.
Oh hell, I was killing silver. I was sitting in battle. Like it was such the game DB was so screwed up. Like you get in, you'd send, and it wouldn't send them all, so you'd have to go back and send them again. And
Yeah.
So the first group went out with the silver kill, and then I realized they didn't all send, so I just waited and sent the rest of them with battle.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Yeah.
John gets excited. But yeah, that's how you do it.
That's what I'm trying to tell people.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing.
It's fucking gorgeous. Yes. And you know what? Like win rates are negligible. The difference is negligible.
Yep. Well, if you're sending from fully silvered camp.
If you're sending from fully silver camps, you're already advantage you because you're attacking. Okay?
Yep.
First of all.
Yep.
Second of all, if you have the versatility, the enemy builds trade and battle. If you've got that versatility, fuck around and send Steel or Sabo from a fully silver camp for higher win rates.
That cuts through defenders like butter.
Yeah. Oh, defenders, nobody loads thieves to defend.
There's my main character. She is a thief.
I think Steel is one of the most underrated actions in the game.
I love Steel.
I love it. I absolutely adore it. It's because nobody expects it.
Nobody expects it. And like the standard dogma is bribe and fight. Is it not?
Bribe
and fight.
Yep. Nobody expects a thief.
Well, even if they do expect it, there's very little they can do about it.
Exactly.
I have one character that is a Greyjoy as well, and he still has a low trade stat because I power leveling.
Yeah.
Well, he's done power leveling. He's max, but I leave him low trade for everybody to get good win rates. And
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of those on our team too. That's smart and selfless, and I appreciate it.
And he can do battle and intrigue, so I don't, it doesn't matter. But so he steals or harasses. That's his gig.
Brandy.
Do you know I have alts that do not have a specific specialty? Like I'm gonna probably go out on a limb here, but having created alts just so that I can expand horizontally instead of vertically GP wise,
might get some sleep.
I don't necessarily think that reincarnations are as important as people seem to think.
They're not. I tell my training alliance, just get all houses and power level.
Get the houses and then get ready for war.
That's what I tell them. Yep.
I've got alts that don't have the houses, and they are super combat effective.
All my alts are virgins. I don't have time for that shit.
You're right. I'm saying.
They're all loyalists to whatever the house I created them at. I got a Stark, a Greyjoy.
I've got, you know what? My dopest alt is a freaking barter specialist. He's dang.
Yeah, it's the oldest one you got. Yeah, it's
the oldest one I have is
Tully. It's a Tully.
Yeah, he's a Tully, and he rocks. Cause check it out though, his generalist gear right now is the uncolored dragon, the dragon rider dress, and Meraxi's tooth. Full enough of loyalty seals to be max speed at everything, but then beside that, full of Oris.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, it just depends because when you're doing silver actions, traditionally you just need a limited amount of GP. You don't want to overspend your bribe capacity.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good point. It's hard to optimize that.
So yeah, the
I do a sync roll call. We all do. We do a sync roll call, so we can make sure that we're maximizing.
What's that like?
Actions.
Are you always checking the logs?
No, I just call for a sync roll call in the sync chat, and everybody sounds off in main chat in the war chat with what GP and what action they're doing.
I like that idea. There's like this shit that like samurais used to do, and it's like in some movies where like somebody says something and the rest of them just respond. They go, huh! So you know they're there. That shit's hot. That shit's hot. I like it. Who's with me? Huh! All right, everybody's with me. I like that shit.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time to check the logs when they only go back 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Just yell, sound off. Give me a huh. Yeah, there's enough people said huh. We're good.
Well, in the old days, we had the limited amount of people that were good at bribe, so we always knew which ones were doing bribe and what GP they had. This time, we do need to check the logs from time to time to see what our bribe GP is. But yeah, once the silver is cleared, it doesn't matter what kind of.
I'm actually moving away personally. Now, you guys call bullshit on me. But mentally, in my own head, I'm moving away from giving a fuck how much bribe GP we have. And the reason I'm moving away from it is because I feel like clearing a camp, if it's against a foe that you're going toe-to-toe with, if you need to clear that camp of silver, you're giving them too much power to nerf you because they'll fucking re-silver. So in my head, I'm going with like I'm sort of starting to fall in love with the idea of like not giving a shit if they resilver or not, and
yeah,
therefore,
but that's where your allies come in, and then you double tap them.
Yeah, the 2-stage bribe. I mean, that's an old tactic, and it's effective. There's no doubt about that. I like to play it, but the 2-stage bribe fucks up your sync times. Like, it makes them fungible, you know? Like, you can't maintain a harsh 28-minute sync if you're waiting for effect on target. So even though it is effective, it's still kind of ineffective. It's not optimal.
You gotta wait for the silver to drop. Yep.
Exactly. So in my head, I'm kind of moving away from a dependency on that and moving toward a sort of play style that doesn't give a shit. And it's hard. It's hard to do that.
That's how AVA has been evolving. Because you're talking about the direct combat. Like first against second and vice versa. Usually that only happens at the later stages.
Yeah.
Like on the third and the fourth day. And by that time, you're already making the math. Who gets the last wave in? Who gets three syncs in the last hour? So if you're going to wait around for 2-stage, 3-stage bribe bombs, you're going to fuck up your sync.
Yeah, it could literally make or break you. And
it's determined.
Tell me about it.
Yeah,
that's a perfect segue.
Talk to the hand, John. Talk to the hand.
I mean, come on, Allison, for real? That is a huge, perfect segue into the fight, into the Vale last phase. And you know it is.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
You're going to be preaching to the choir here, but yeah.
We lost by 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Wait, what was it? 1 minute. We needed 1 more minute to get our last wave out. And we lost by 180K.
We know the pain.
Oh, and I don't know who's going to listen to this, but I got to give a shout out to my enemy Shenanigans. That was a great fucking fight. Hey, I got to do it. It was the best fight. I mean, it was probably, I don't know. To me, I think it was one of the most epic fights in the history of GoTA.
It was one of the closest finishing margins in the history of GoTA, no doubt.
Oh, no doubt. 180,000.
No, it wasn't even 100. It was 108. It wasn't 180.
No, it was 180011.
Yeah, it was mad close.
Yeah. I know the number.
Oh, that is sad.
Oh, oh, yeah, we
And
know
we
about,
had
but
earlier that morning we had delayed the sync by 3 minutes because we went to send battle and the health was gone. This is before you came on board. And we went to send battle and the health was gone. So we had to wait for 3 minutes for health to show up to send the battle wave. And we couldn't make it up in the amount of time left to get that.
And it really came down to those 3 minutes. I know you sent your last wave. You sent your last wave at 10:59 and change.
We couldn't get it. I couldn't get the only out of all the characters that I play 5. Out of all of them that I play,
5.
I could only get out 40 GP out of all of the GP that I had in camp.
And all you needed 1,800 GP essentially. That's what you needed. 1,800 GP.
Yeah.
Just a little bit over half the garrison had to be able to launch. That's it.
Yep. And that was me. I couldn't get out. Couldn't get out before it ended.
Yeah, that's one of the most frustrating parts. It's when you have everything planned out and just the damn lag and the resolves are not playing.
Oh my God, it was insane. It was insane.
I think we've had like 30% worth of aid not landing for like 10 minutes one time. Like you.
Yeah, it gets really rough when you're sending in your defenders.
Talking about aid, John, once you came on board sending aid, there was no issue. I wish you would come on board earlier.
Yeah,
like you were there for what, the last couple hours? If you had been there longer than that, I'm telling you what, that shit would have been different.
I don't put that on my lap. That makes me feel terrible.
Oh,
no, it's not your fault.
Also, I don't know. Well, I know for a fact it's not common knowledge to anyone that I came on and helped you out at the very end. You just busted that right now.
Yeah, well, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't actually give a shit either.
People know. The people who mattered know. I don't think it's any surprise.
Well, look, like people talk a bunch of shit at Alf, but we left 24 players at home, and these were like last phase, and these were players who said that I'm not really gonna play hard, I'm just gonna kick it.
Yeah.
All right, but coming down the stretch, they were on point, son.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
that though.
For those of you who are listening, also that I just broke that out about John helping us with the aid. We're still gray with the elf, and we've been hitting them all along, just so you know.
Oh my God! I just spit up beer. Like
we've never stopped hitting him. Then all of a sudden he comes on at the end to send aid for us because he hates.
You know what? Because I wanted Shen to lose. I wanted Shen to lose. And here's another thing that you might not know. I'm gray with Shen too.
That's right.
Yeah, we're not red with Shen. I mean, our intentions are clear. Every time we're in a fight, they show up and bribe bomb us. Like, it's fucking obvious.
Well, they're probably the most offensive towards Alf, the gray that we have.
Yeah, they are the most offensive gray we have. I mean,
it's a tough competition though, but they are
a very pinkish gray, dude. You know what I mean?
Gray
we have no problem with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. They've made their intentions like
well,
very, very clear.
Kind of a red gray, if you know my meaning.
They probably forgot. They probably forgot.
Like it's just laziness.
Yeah.
Like no one's flipped each other yet because like fuck 3 clicks. We all know where we stand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but okay, so the thing about that is, I mean, I wouldn't expect it like going forward like all the time to like even if we do support you, I don't know that it would be that effective all the time. It just so happens that I built those camps for us to send out of like right then. They were literally level 2 camps.
That's the best for sending aid.
Perfect for sending aid. Perfect for sending aid.
Yeah, you want low-level, unsilvered camps.
You want to lose them all. You want to lose them all so that all the actions stick to the target.
You want to reverse Yahtzee.
Yes, and that's exactly what we had.
Yep, that was perfect. The health was at 100% every single time we went to send after you started sending aid.
That's dope. You know what? Maybe I'm sorry I didn't start earlier.
We were busy.
Well,
yeah, you were busy.
I actually slept for 2 hours. I got like two hours of sleep that night.
Oh, I didn't.
You mean
I was I was there for 30 hours till the end, and then I took a shower and went to work.
I went to work too. I helped you.
I'm telling you
from
what,
work.
I was a freaking zombie. I was like, oh, this is not gonna work. It was broad daylight, and I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
Like
I'm gonna fall asleep.
Deadpool capitulated at about 5 a.m. Okay? I didn't start helping you till like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that's because I slept for 2 hours and went to work. And then when I got to work, I was like, oh, shit, okay, all right, what's up, Allison? And by the way, you guys, I was like, hey, Allison, what do you need and where do you need it? And she was like, hold on, I'm super busy. And I was like, okay, I totally understand that. But then she didn't even get back to me. She dropped me in her coordination chat, like, boom. Like, that was it. There was no like.
I'm like, hey. No, I made a new chat because I didn't drop you into an existing chat.
Oh, you didn't? It was a new one?
No, it was a new one. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was no preparatory like.
No,
hey.
I didn't have time for that shit. I was like, okay,
yeah.
here you go.
There was no preparatory like, hey, would you be interested in joining another chat and maybe coordinating with my people? None of that shit.
I'm the ninja queen.
Well, look, you guys came up just a little bit short, but it was a hell of a fight. And from what I understand, you did it with very minimal GP.
We had 4,800 active GP and 5-something semi-active. We had a total of like 9K GP that were actually playing out of the over 12,000 that we have in regular members.
Yeah, I checked the overall VP numbers at the end, and I was surprised. Yeah, it was a low number considering what Gal usually puts out every phase.
We didn't build up in all regions either. We had low-level camps in a lot of regions. We could only be active. We could only keep one region full 24/7, and we were supporting our allies when we weren't. When we had overflow, we were supporting.
Who are your allies? Name them. I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's up?
No.
Yeah. What's up? Come on.
It's an Alf podcast. Nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening. It's
not listening.
Well, we were supporting Dragon's Vengeance because they were a small alliance that merged with Baratheon's Bastards, and some FU peeps and some BB peeps went there to help them get a region before they joined BB. So
is that happening? I mean, that sounds like really interesting shit right there.
Yeah, it's happening.
So I heard someone told me that there might be like a FUBB merge.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
I have heard it. I don't know how much stock to put in it, but I'll tell you what. For the last couple phases, those teams seem like they need to fucking consolidate some strength, probably.
I don't know. I haven't heard that. That's a new one on me.
Well, it's not a bad idea. I did see a lot of BB and FU people at DV this phase. We actually know some people from.
That's what I just got done saying. They were working there to help Dragon's Vengeance get a region before they disbanded and joined.
Did they? I mean,
Yeah.
they did?
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, that's good. I support
that's
that.
a done deal. Yep, that's a done deal. Yep. And then there was some FU peeps in MM as well.
I was there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You know what? I was there. A lot of fingers were in MM, and it was a really great phase for them, and it was a lot of fun for me to play.
Oh, big shout out to Renee. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But so
Yeah,
very happy for him to get his first region.
Oh,
That
I'm
was
so pleased for him.
phenomenal. That
Yeah,
was
who's
awesome.
against that? You know what? If you're against seeing Renee win, you're an asshole. Fuck you.
I know, right?
But
Yeah.
I thought that was really great because look, I told him a long time ago if he ever made a push, I'd be there, and like he was gonna make a push, and I went, but he wasn't gonna make a push because of us. He was gonna make a push because Jesse and his RE crew like decided to join on, and that made it viable. And then it was like, yo, I gotta be there if this is going down. But it was a really
Well,
kind of a what?
Well, I found out after the sellsword phase when we fought SOE, I found out Renee was gonna make a push for the night phase, and I offered him Merc, but he was full.
Did you? Good for you.
Yeah, he already had that shit full.
Yeah, I know.
So,
You know what? Initially, he told me he could accommodate like 30, but at the end of the day, I only gave him like 16 or 19 or something because like people went there. It was really great. And
yeah, it was awesome. So we weren't even planning on doing anything this phase. We were just gonna fuck off. And then Shen started gunning for us, so we're not one to back off on a fight. So we fought.
Jen started going for you, you said?
Shen.
Oh, Shen. Okay, that makes way more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, they were in North, and Shag had chased them out of there, so they came to the Vale.
Okay, so again, this phase, people were talking about how you split regions with Shen again. Like, this has been a thing that has dogged you for a really long time,
I
Allison.
swear to God, I swear somebody must tell them where we're going.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, all I'm saying is the situation has played out so many times.
It's happened way too many times for it to be coincidence.
Nobody really believes it. Like, people are like, yeah, they split regions. Like, that's what they do. And here's the thing. That's not necessarily on you. Taryn is
definitely not on
duplicitous
me.
as shit. Nobody's putting it past her.
They have to have inside intel as to where I'm going.
Yeah, of course they do.
And I know it's not somebody in my alliance because I don't even tell my team until I post orders in orders chat.
Oh.
So nobody even knows what region we're going for until we've already built.
But like, it's been at least 6 or 7 phases now where Ghosts of Winterfell are heads up against shenanigans in 2 regions, and they both win 1. And it looks like collusion.
It does. It totally does. And it pisses me off.
I mean, that's the rumor, and it's pervasive.
It's happened too many times to be coincidence.
So you're on the record right now. This is going to get leaked. I mean, we do this podcast just for our people, but people fucking leak it. So, like, it can't be avoided. I'm not going to go Gestapo on our people or whatever.
Yeah,
So
that's
for
why
the
we
record
go
now-
over. That's why we go over 2 hours, so nobody listens to it and make it safe.
Yeah, no one's even listening now. Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Well, it's kind of obvious. I mean, I'm not saying anything that nobody doesn't know. All you got to do is look at the fucking map.
Yeah.
But no collusion.
None whatsoever. I don't. In fact, I haven't even responded to a PM from Taryn back when we were in a player-to-player tournament when Randall was running it. I can't even remember what it was called. She was
keep trying to get Randall on this podcast. I think he'd be excellent.
Oh, he would. But he's shy.
That's all right. You know who else is shy?
Who?
Mark Leese. That dude talks a gang of shit in public,
He's
but
not
will not.
shy. He's not shy.
He talks a gang of shit in public, but I have invited him on multiple occasions to come troll us live, and he just hasn't done it.
Backed out. Yeah. I saw that. I saw the invitation in the pit.
Yeah.
Oh, it was before.
Yeah.
It was
I
before
saw
the
that.
phase. It was before the phase started, and he just didn't respond, did he?
Yeah, but it's not just the invitation in the pit, Angie. Like, I PM'd him again today.
All
And I
right.
told him, I told him we're podcasting. You're always welcome. You know?
And no response, huh?
No. He responded. It's not like he's afraid to respond or any bullshit like that. He just said no thanks. That's all.
Well, that's kind of polite for him.
Well, I mean, he's not a bad
He's
guy
not-
when you get him on.
No, he's not. He's not like that. He's not really the troll persona that you see in the pit.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not-
the thing.
That's
Nobody.
not who he is.
Nobody is who they seem in the pit. Like, people in the pit act the fuck out and they play out in public, but you get them like one-on-one in PMs, like
One-on-one,
everybody's
yeah.
pretty decent. So the pit is just like a hive of douchebaggery. That's where people because we have the special guest, Allison, Locke, McKenzie. Let me just go ahead and add that, like, people hate you in the pit, Allison, a lot.
Oh yeah.
That's all right. People hate me too. People hate.
Yeah, but they say love and hate are opposite sides of the same coin. Maybe they love you, really.
I don't give a fuck.
Good for you.
Let me ask this though. It has been said, Ghosts of Winterfell has been called the North Korea of Game of Thrones Ascent because you don't allow your people to speak freely in the pit. Is that true?
I do censor my people in the pit. Yeah.
I've thought about it myself, but I've just never.
Yeah, if you know me, you know I don't troll. I think it's I don't know. I'm not like that. I couldn't troll somebody if I tried.
No, that would be disrespectful, right?
Yeah, I can't be like that. And not even as a game persona. It's just not who I am.
I couldn't do that either.
So I don't do it. And I think it looks bad when other people do it, and so I don't want my people doing it. Every once in a while.
Well, to me, they just make fools of themselves by doing it because nobody likes them for doing it. Everyone hates them.
No, it's just entertainment. They're giving everybody entertainment. They're giving everybody a bunch of laughs. So.
I do appreciate a good troll if they're actually funny or make me laugh. I don't mind. I've seen some digs at my team that are actually pretty funny.
Now,
I don't care.
Okay, a good troll is funny. Like Mark Lee, he is a funny troll. Let me tell you. I think he's like one of the best trolls of the pit ever.
Yeah, I've liked some of his trolling. Most of the time,
even when he's trolling me, I think it's fucking hilarious.
I would, I want to say the same, but like, because I recognize that he's funny, but like, it's my handicap because, like, the longer I've played this game and the more responsibility that I've assumed, the less fun I've been able to have, and the more seriously I take shit that I shouldn't be. Like, I really shouldn't be taking shit that serious.
No,
and he's right. He's leveled a very fair criticism against me lately about how I used to be funny. Because he's right. I used to be. And it's like,
I say that to you.
Yeah.
I warned you.
You look at the
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
in the
Something's
pit,
going.
and you can check. Yeah, burns of leader.
Luke,
What the hell was that?
that was me doing an impression of Luke.
Oh, thank you.
What's going on with your microphone, Luke? It was, yeah, that's.
Is it breaking up? Oh, damn it. Okay.
Yes, it is, Luke.
It was bad.
Dude,
Oh.
like I like him.
I was going to say that John's posts have severely changed once you were just, making posts for recruitment or like telling somebody who's burning our camps nonstop because we're too tiny to do anything about it. It was way more fun, and it probably got a lot of likes and positive reception without having to steer any kind of trouble. It was just fun. But
Right.
yeah, you did have the responsibility, and when you get to a position where you're fighting for titles, or at least you're starting deciding titles for somebody else, yeah, you're gonna get shit, and sometimes it's ignorant or it's willfully ignorant. And when you're responsible for 70 players, good time, like fun during 4 days, yeah, you get that responsibility.
It's been a little bit difficult to adapt. And Allison, to your point earlier about how you kind of censor people, like I don't do that. I don't think I ever will, but I've thought about it. Because there are consequences associated with the way people represent you in public.
Exactly.
And when you get to the point where those consequences are directly relevant to what you can deliver for your team, then you have to fucking weigh that. Like it's you wish you didn't have to, but you do.
Yes.
So, like, I'm always gonna come down on the side of fuck it. Let's just let whatever problems happen. But
I've gotten a lot more lax with that lately. When people ask me if they can say that, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, go for it. I don't give a shit.
But you still have people asking you first.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever want to be at the point where my people think they have to ask for my permission to speak freely.
When they're gonna troll people, and that's me. They don't like it. They don't have to be here.
I actually run some things through John from time to time. It's good to run things by your leader because sometimes you do need someone to put things in perspective, because John will probably will have some type of discussion with other alliance leaders, and you shouldn't. I'm not saying censor yourself, but you don't know the whole picture. We just had, imagine that you have one of your officers, or even not an officer, saying something that it's not desirable. You can't censor the guy, and you can't let him just throw him into the lion pit and not defend him. So you're stuck in a difficult position. So I have saying that sometimes I'll talk to John. Like I really feel like I should post something there. But yeah, John would never stop me from saying anything. You've never had. You never said, don't post that.
No. The only thing that John actually said was, don't feed the trolls.
Oh, I say that all the time. Don't feed the trolls.
Yeah, if somebody posts something and they can't like take the criticism of posting whatever they posted, then basically don't do it. If you can't take it, don't dish it out. Basically, is what John says.
I get nervous sometimes. Like, we got a lot of good people who lurk in the pit but don't talk. And
Yeah,
Most people.
I'm one.
yeah,
Most
they
people
lurk but don't talk. And like, I feel
I'm one.
very protective about them when they jump into it, because it's nothing but piranhas and sharks in that motherfucker. And like, it's cool if they're talking shit about me, but it really gets in my craw when I see people start going at my people. Like,
yeah,
it
I hear ya.
just feels different. But then again, like, there's a degree of satisfaction that comes with that. So like, I personally have come from being in a nothing alliance all the way to being in an alliance that fucking KL's got a hard on for. That's fucking awesome. So like it's one of those things where like they can say all they want that I'm a joke, but if they're fighting me every phase, they're a fucking joke. And in the meantime, throughout that whole progression, I've witnessed like people being like, they're lovable losers, all the way to being like, they might take my region and I have to be hella political about liking these comments. Like, it's gone the whole way.
Sometimes it's not your choice. The topic will just get dropped in the pit, and you'll have to respond either way. Like you said, you started an alliance just a few months ago, and 5 hours into the phase, somebody was already bitching that we're not on the board. Like, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I saw
Somebody saw the writing
that.
on the wall, and they were already crying about it. Oh, that made my fucking day. That made my fucking day. So it was. I know you probably felt, okay, here I have to do this again. I have to respond or something like that. Like, fuck it. It doesn't matter the response you give.
No, dude, I didn't feel that way at all. Dude, my actual response to that was, have a good face, pumpkin. Like, that was my response, bro. Like, that's literally what I said.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I must have missed. I miss a lot in the pit because I just don't.
Yeah, okay, so I rarely go into the pit when the phase is on, Allison.
I don't.
Like, for real.
Like, the week before and the week after, I don't even go in because I'm just too busy.
No, that actually came up on my Facebook page. The bit where is Alf and why is Alf not on the board?
Yeah.
So, Allison, just like so you know, like a few hours into the phase, there was a post about Alf's not on the board, fucking blah blah blah.
Yeah, it was about 5 hours in.
Yeah,
Nobody gave a shit. Well, I mean, I guess some people gave a shit.
It was the most commented thread for like a day. It kept popping up. It had a lot of comments. Trust me.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I didn't really give a shit. The fact was, this phase, we split ourselves. We didn't make a secret of this. Doug, I talked about it in the podcast. It was not a secret.
Yeah.
We fucked around and marked up at every alliance that was going to fight KL.
That was the plan.
And the reason is because, like, they're dope. Like, I'm not taking anything away from KL. They're dope. But they get free regions because of that, and they're not that dope. They're not so dope that they should get freebies.
Oh, I like helping myself to KL Silver. Oh, I love that.
Well, that's why I asked you early on, Allison, are you going to, like, are you down to stand and fight them? them and Shen, and you did stand and fight Shen, and that was fucking cool.
It wasn't really an option.
We
right?
don't back down. We don't back down from a fight. If anybody that's ever fought us knows that we fight to the end.
Okay, Allison, I'm going to ask you if you managed to hear our last podcast.
No, I have not.
Yeah, we had discussed the previous phase. And yeah, sometimes it's not really up to you because you make some decisions on the board. And like John always says, the enemy has a say in what goes on.
They get a vote.
Yeah, they get a vote.
Always gets a vote.
Yeah. Well, we only had 9K active again last phase too. So.
I mean, that's, you know what you did was very impressive with 9K. To be totally honest with you.
And I was gonna stay in the north and fight KL because I don't back down, but somebody forwarded a message from someone that issued an ultimatum that if we stayed in north and fought KL, they would support somebody else.
Okay.
But if we went for Crownlands, they were gonna come after us and pound us hard for 4 days. That was on day 1. So I said, fuck that. Nobody's going to tell me where I can or can't go. And that's
so what she's talking about, for those of you who don't know, she's not talking about last phase. She's talking about the previous phase. She's talking about, what was that phase? The sellsword phase?
Sellsword.
Yeah.
She's talking about the sellsword phase. In the sellsword phase, KL got a freebie in the north. And Ghosts of Winterfell were in the north, but they ended up winning the Crownlands. They kind of left the north and won the Crownlands. So there's... They fucking won. With the active GP that I had, I could only push one region. So when I got that ultimatum, that became my main focus. Yeah, I get that. But, you know, you left us holding the bag like the only team really fighting KL that phase. And we got our taints handed to us. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just saying, like, motherfuckers saw that. Speak on it.
I couldn't help it.
I'm going to say that you didn't listen to the podcast. And there was no real arrangement about we're not green or anything. But if you look at not from an ALF perspective, if I'm looking at a leadership position, okay, you dropped north, but you won a title elsewhere. And the intel we got was that you didn't have the full GP that you put out in other phases. So if you look at from a neutral perspective, you fucking won the gamble, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's no way to indict it. There's no way to, like, it's not a bad thing.
It's not a criticism like you left us hanging.
It's not a criticism.
Oh, well, it kind of sounded like it.
That's why it was important to make the point that it is not a criticism. No, for real. We lost 2 regions that phase. And we were fighting in them both.
That's a heartbreaker.
Yes, with a no-y aftertaste. Because here's the thing. Our team is dope. Like, if you would have told me 6 months ago that I'd be losing a team that could flame out in 2 regions at once against the game's best alliances, I would have told you were crazy. That shit is hot, son.
I think the fight in the very last phase.
John, I think I warned you about this a long time ago.
What?
About you need to lighten up, Francis. Because before you were lightened up, and I warned you that you would start taking this shit too serious when you started being competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a catch-22 though. You know? Like if you're not competitive enough, people are going to talk shit at you, you know? But if you're too competitive, people are going to talk shit at you.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck?
Well, there is a who gives a fuck factor, but I want my people to feel good about what, like, the team that they're putting in this effort for. So there's a degree to which I feel obligated to deliver wins, but like Lucius said, the enemy gets a vote. So I'm not in complete control of guaranteeing that shit.
No, you can't.
But on the other hand, it is supposed to be what we
You know what's
call
important? You know what's
fun.
important? It's not about winning or losing. Yeah, winning is fucking awesome, and you can go.
Well,
wave
winning
your
is
team
fun.
all over. But if you fight and fight well and have fun fighting,
There's the key word, fun.
exactly. You have. If you're not having fun, then forget.
Then it's
Like this.
it becomes
this
a job,
fight,
doesn't it?
This fight that we lost in night phase, you know, yeah, damn it, we didn't win, you know, and it was a heartbreaker because it was down to the wire, but it was a fucking awesome fight, and I stayed up like 30 hours and I would do it again and to lose, just because it was so much freaking fun.
Angie, let me pivot this back to Angie. Angie, like I said before, she's our spy master. She wasn't with us forever. She came to us and then stayed with us, and we love her to death. But she has enormous responsibility now as our spy master. So, and I'm not underplaying that at all. It's very analogous to the responsibility that I feel as our leader. And I want to ask you, Angie, is it still fun? Because like there's a lot of burden on you right now, and I know you must feel it.
I enjoy it. It's a challenge. Challenges are fun.
Exactly.
It's a challenge.
Yep.
Each and every phase is a challenge. Okay, night phase.
You know what?
I was with
Sorry, go ahead, Angie.
Now, night phase. I was with.
Hola.
Shen.
Oh shit!
Who's joining us?
Yes. Oh shit! You're right.
I was with Shagger.
Hello. Hello.
And
hello.
Hell, she's blurry. Hold on.
I'm sorry, Angie. We have.
Damn you!
Oh no, it's James.
Nobody showed up at Moon River to help us drink all the beer, so we had to drink it all ourselves.
Okay. Damn, why do we have to use Google? I don't understand.
Your camera is drunk.
Your camera
I can't hear
is
you.
drunk.
Damn you!
Your camera's drunk, James.
Okay, James and Maja are in the same place, so they take up only one
Need some
spot.
wine here.
Okay, where's the speakerphone at?
How about turning your volume up?
It is.
All right, last podcast we stared into James's ear for like 45 minutes.
Allison, shut up.
You know, they're gonna post this in the pit.
No, we're not gonna post this in the pit.
Somebody's gonna post it in the pit, you guys. You know that.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Other people are gonna post it.
I
in the
can't
pit.
hear
It's
you.
not gonna be us.
Allie, shut up.
Where'd you consider me?
It's like I was telling Ronnie Madrid. You guys know Ronnie Madrid?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Ronnie.
She's gonna try to get on since my phone sucks.
Excuse me? Oh, he's gone.
What the hell did he say?
He left the call.
By the way, I think for the record, like, so Allison, remember when I was telling you that it's really informal?
Yes.
This is what I meant.
Well, it gets really informal whenever James is on because he can't work the phone.
True.
Anyway, where was I?
Angie was talking about the spy operation and is it still fun?
Oh yes.
So last phase, where were you, Angie?
Yeah, night phase I was with Shagger.
Yeah.
And oh my word, I just had such a hard time coping with their spy operation now.
Why?
Why? There was basically very little in the way of organisation.
Well, that you could see there was very little organization.
That's how I felt about it. You know, there was no real communication on where people were and what operations they were doing. I was just going along filling in the blanks, like, oh, there's lights out there, and these are all key targets.
That's not how we run it at all. How do we run it?
Oh, what I normally do is try and have like 2 spies in each of the regions, but try and keep like an average of garrison points. Trying to keep the garrison points as equal as possible. Same amount of ground, in theory.
And you keep a roster. You keep an online roster.
Yes, and I have a spreadsheet, which was basically is a spy tracker.
Yeah, but this is the thing that Allison said. We never worry about spies.
We do. Alf does.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, Madja. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Why didn't you guys come drink the
Hi, Maga.
Hi.
Madja, you might not know, but you're on with me and Lucius and Angie
and Allison
and Allison, Locke,
and
McKenzie
James
of
and
Ghosts of
James.
Winterfell.
I can hear you now.
But we both got our phones at the same time. It's gonna be really
James
confusing.
is so fucking blurry right now that he makes me
I
feel
know.
more drunk than I am.
That is really blurry.
Well, we gave you an hour and a half lead to get drunk.
Oh yeah, I'm already there.
You can't move. You can't wear it out.
Good.
I have remembered to piss on the side of the bowl though. I'm not gonna repeat last podcast's mistakes.
Oh God, that was too much information, John.
You're welcome.
I was
Okay?
just gonna say
I'm
that,
sorry.
Angie. TMI.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
You know, I really hate being sober when everyone else is drunk.
How come you're not drinking?
We're not drunk. We are not drunk.
No. Dawn's drunker than we are.
Bullshit. Somebody
I'm
post.
totally not drunk either.
Am I the only one who's drunk here?
Yeah, you probably are.
No, that's not okay. I promised everyone a drunk fest.
No,
You know what? I
sorry.
suck as a leader. I'm drinking. No one's drinking with me. It's like being the fucking drum major in a marching band, being halfway down the city and then realizing there's no marching band behind you. I'm just pumping the baton here. And there's fucking nobody behind me.
Pumping the
You guys
baton.
realize that James and I are sitting here with our spouses glaring at us because we're on the podcast instead of talking to them.
That's cool.
I said, I'm not going. I could give a shit less what you're doing.
I've been sitting out in the parking lot in front of my office so I can smoke during this thing, and I have to go in and finish one bag.
Smoke.
That was Mr. Maja expressing his opinion.
You know what? No, whoever said about having a smoke, I'm sorry, but that's it. That's done it for me. I'm gonna go and have a smoke. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Obviously, they've been drinking.
Obviously.
By the way, like it's really unclear if anyone's still listening to us.
We have the same number of viewers since we started.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It only
what's
shows
up,
up.
Alf?
Well, I'm the podcast master. I can see who's watching.
Oh, okay. Well, it only shows up who's on the call for me.
That's right. How do you know they're actually listening and haven't just put their phones down and gone off somewhere else?
I don't know.
Because we're mad interesting. Because we're interesting and we're likable.
Yeah, I have eyes on our chats. Yeah. Yeah,
You know what?
line,
Because there is at least 3 people in our alliance who are feverishly clicking, power leveling fucking buttons and have nothing better to do on a Friday night than listen to us. And God bless them. Bless you. Bless you.
This just in, pumping the baton is now trending on our chat. For some
Oh my
reason.
God, are you serious?
Yes.
Is pumping the baton now trending in our chat?
Yes.
Oh my
So have you already exhausted the talk of last phase, or do you have any questions for us?
Yes. I'm going to make a soundbite of John saying, "I'm just pumping the baton here," and that's it. No context.
Yeah, we've been going for over an hour now. I need to get some work done.
Allison, you got to roll out?
I gotta roll.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We had other topics, but as usual, we fucked them off. So
Yes.
thank you for hanging out and joining with us. Maybe you'll join us again, especially knowing how like ridiculous and informal this is.
I gotta say, it was fun. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you said that. It is a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Allison.
I'm just saying. This is great. This is new, really. They just started doing this.
Yeah,
I don't know who's laughing right now.
James and Maja are at a bar. Like,
Yeah, I
it's,
can't hear what they're saying. They're not even talking to us. They're just talking to each other.
Yeah,
But we're talking to our we have our significant others here with us as well, and they're expressing their opinion of the bizarreness of what's going on.
They said that not everybody loves me, and I can't.
What?
no, James, seriously, James. It's a fact. Not everybody loves you. I just got a bunch of
Allison,
email
don't you
about
love James?
today,
We know you
man.
love James.
Oh my God, you're making me cry. I'm laughing too hard.
For real, dude, you're an acquired taste, dude. Because, like, people still PM me like, I can't believe you play with James Lay. I can't believe you've played with him this long.
That's heartbreaking.
You talking to me? We've been putting the phone down because we've all been laughing so hard.
I know. It's hilarious. All right, Allison's got to go. Let's give her a good farewell. Allison.
Goodbye, Allison. Come back again sometime.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it.
That was fun. Make sure how do I get the link to this thing when it's done?
We'll get you the link.
It depends. Are you going to share
Our technical director. Yeah, our technical director, Luke, will get you the link.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Are you going to share it with the whole of North Korea?
The whole of North Korea? Fuck you, asshole.
Yeah, okay, no problem. I'll have Lucius. He'll send you the link.
Yeah.
Like right after we're done, and you can post it in your Facebook page the same as we do in ours.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, guys. Have fun. John,
All right.
Keep it in the bowl.
All right, thanks.
How do I end the call?
You just leave. Like it stays that informal. You just leave.
No, but I mean, like, how do I hang up?
Okay, first time on Google Hangouts. Click the screen, and then when you do that, there'll be like a red hang up button.
Oh, I see it. Okay, got it. All right.
Cool.
Thanks, guys. Have fun.
Right.
See you later.
Later.
Goodbye. I guess she's gone.
All right, Allison is gone. You guys came in right as Allison was going to leave, and you know what?
She probably left because we came on.
I wanted you guys to come on earlier because you have a lot of history with Allison and Ghosts of Winterfell. You guys used to murk over there like all the time, right?
We did, but we were busy. We
were busy drinking and eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit. John and I have been drinking.
I've been drinking.
You're always drinking.
I'm drinking. Yeah.
It's off phase. We drink.
Yeah, that's what happens. Do you guys know that I do not drink at all during the phase? Did you guys know that?
Well, I would believe that, but you're up 22 hours a day during the phase.
I know. Okay, so I told some people in MM that, and they didn't believe me. But the truth is, Lucius knows that.
Yeah, John doesn't drink anymore since the incident.
Since the incident, yes.
He
there
drank
was
after
an
the incident. Yeah, I heard about the incident, but he drank after the incident.
Well, I haven't drank during a phase since the incident.
Yes.
Oh, you're just now here.
There was an incident back, it was like a year ago, maybe more. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the incident. About a year ago.
Wait, which one? Which incident?
It was the Ferraris of ruthlessness incident.
Ah, yes.
So here's the deal. The first time the Lancers ever got totally murked up and were like strong and ready to go, I came home on a Friday. We were going to do the phase. And I started, like, I was so into it. I was drinking and playing as hard as I could.
Just wait a second, John. We're getting a lot of feedback. Maja?
Yes?
We're getting a lot of feedback. Is it from your end?
One of us should probably hang up. Then I'll hang up.
Oh no, I can. You can mute and then.
Yeah.
You can still listen.
I'll mute.
You can tap the screen and then there's a mic with a line crossed on it.
Hang up. That's because it's Google and it sucks.
Oh, I don't even know how to do it.
I can hear James, yeah.
No, it just creates a lot of feedback. It messes up your story. Okay, they're muted. Okay, so we were marking up for our first big phase.
Yeah,
and that shit for weeks.
Big phase.
Yes.
The Lancers, the lovable losers. We enticed a bunch of people to come merc with us. We had these great mercs. We were full for the first time. We were 100 players.
Going for a title.
And I was so excited. And I came home that day from work, and I was into the game. I had my iPad open and my PC open, and I was doing this shit, but I was also drinking because I was into it. But I was also eating mushrooms. I was drinking and I was eating mushrooms. I went super hard. And I stayed up for a long time, but that was not to our credit. It was to our detriment.
What was that, John? You were saying you super hard? Care to rephrase that?
Yeah. No. I can't rephrase that. I was incredibly hard the entire time. But I was also drinking and eating mushrooms. And the thing is, the mushrooms kind of like made me lose track of how much I was drinking. Okay?
Magic mushrooms.
Yeah, I was eating mushrooms, and that made me lose track of how much I was drinking. The result was that we were driving a Ferrari of ruthlessness. It was fantastic. Like,
John made no sense. He kept going on and on about the Ferrari of ruthlessness while we were doing the fucking math and calling the sync waves. Like, fuck you, John. We're totally dope. Oh, we're fucking killing it while we were suffering at the board. Like, what's the plan?
And like I was not even mentally there.
Stable.
I wasn't like, because here's the same thing. We were a threat for the first time. So I'm also getting PMs from every relevant alliance leader in the game. And I'm trying to touch my phone, but I'm on mushrooms. You know what I mean? So like,
you're probably touching the remote for your TV or something.
It was fucked up. Like, it was not okay. Like, I was way too fucked up. And like just responding to all the PMs became its own game. I was in no position to help us at all. And in fact, I was a complete liability. Complete liability. And that's the way it happened for at least 20 hours.
Oh, fuck.
It was
Alright,
a fun
so-
phase. It was a fun.
Yes.
We were heartbroken at the
then
end.
I passed out,
Yeah.
and then I was of no help to anyone. So listen,
Oh.
the whole point being that I no longer drink during the phase. Believe it or not, coffee and cigarettes. I do not drink alcohol during the phase, and I've never have ever since the incident.
Well, you do
uh,
still have to sleep. That's the only thing you have to correct. But
just bear with me for a minute. I think I've actually got footage of John trying to touch his mobile phone while he was on mushrooms and
You
alcohol.
know what? Yeah, let me talk to you about it.
Yeah,
It felt like all the buttons on my mobile phone were super deep. Like I had to press them really hard. Like, you know what I mean? Because yeah, it was that crazy. I felt like all the buttons, like every single letter on every single text I was sending was difficult because the buttons were so deep. Like I had to press them in really, really far.
Okay. We might have a surprise guest. A finger wants to join in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Invite sent.
To whom?
To whom? Oh, it's a surprise.
Well, it wouldn't be a surprise if you knew who it was, John. Now, come on.
No, that's all right. I would love. I invited some fingers. I invited David Butrago. I don't know how to say his last name, but he's our VP GP ratio champion. He's the man. I invited him, but he didn't. He was kind of shy. He didn't want to play.
He was stout.
Oh, I heard about it.
Yeah, he was stout.
David kind of wussed out. Mm.
Well, I mean, he's a champion of a little finger. We're just not gonna talk any shit about him. He do whatever he wants, bro. Like that dude's the man. I also invited Albert and Sand Spider, whose real name I don't know.
I think I found that video footage of John touching his mobile phone. I'm gonna send it in Fingers main chat.
Oh, please don't.
Here you go.
Oh, look at it. It's a fucking.
I'm not gonna look at it. I'll look at it later.
Well, it's Angie posting a GIF, so you can sort of.
I'll look at it later. I invited Albert and Sand Spider, but he couldn't do it. He's also a VP GP ratio beast.
Yeah.
I invited Carol Cashman. You know her?
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
one of
also
our
beastly.
spies.
And here's the thing, she couldn't do it either, but she's been in
listening.
alliances of all sorts of different sizes. And I thought it would be really cool for her to talk about that with us. Because I got a request last podcast from Charlotte, who's one of our new members from Shagger.
Carol was just said with the video footage I've just posted of you, John. The buttons are so deep, man.
The buttons, man.
I want to try to make it. I want to try to make it cooler than it was. I have no argument. I geeked out for like a half hour about how deep the buttons were. There's nothing I can do about that. It is what it is.
Well, people now it's trending. Ferrari of ruthlessness is trending now, which is no surprise. The fucking awesome.
That's a good thing.
Okay, this is a sneak thing. I actually have a Ferrari from that phase, a real Ferrari, or not a real one, but at least it's a palpable one. John got one too, right?
PK sent you one.
Yeah.
I have
I
one
have
too.
it. I have it right here. I have it always on the side of my laptop when I do a phase. Here it
Yeah.
is. The Ferrari ruthlessness.
Yeah, I have one too. It's at my office.
Jimmy Smith is saying we need the Ferrari of ruthlessness for the next phase.
Yeah, I got one here. That was a cool phase. We ended up losing, and it was one of those like down to the last second. And it was kind of heartbreaking, but it was actually also awesome. Like not everything is
Here's
about
the thing,
winning.
man.
It was our
fucking tried to
first
fight.
try.
We tried to fight shenanigans because fuck them. Okay, that's what happened.
Yeah, that wasn't really a choice. Like, let's go for the title this phase. No, we got turned red by a much stronger alliance.
Yeah.
So,
But that was our first foray into high performance AVA, and we came up short. But that was like a year and a half ago, baby, and like we've learned a lot since then. Foray into high performance AVA, and we came up short.
Hi.
But that was like a year and a half ago, baby, and like we've learned a lot since
Hello.
then. Oh,
Hello?
hey, we have someone else. Who is it?
Hi.
But that was like a year and a half ago, baby. And like
Hello.
Oh,
Hello?
hey, we have someone else. Who is it?
There's a
But that was like a year and a half ago.
Oh, hold on.
If you don't use headsets, it's going to create a lot of feedback.
We have someone else. Who is it?
yeah. Is it feedback?
Oh, hold on.
If you don't use headsets, it's going to create a lot of feedback.
Okay, I'll mute it. Hold on a second. Yeah.
Okay.
Who is it, man? Who's with us?
It's Suzanne.
Oh, hello,
Suzanne.
Suzanne. Suze.
Okay,
You
so
you
Suzanne,
finally hear
you're going to need a
the
headset.
voice of the spy master.
Yeah, John was talking about it. Yeah, it was the first time we actually learned like double what we knew about AVA.
Oh my God!
that
Let me
phase
tell you
alone.
what else about that phase. Guess who was murking with us that phase? Straight up murk.
Who was it?
Dane Wiltshire.
Oh, Dane was already there.
Dane.
Dane was there. That was the first time he ever played with us. Dane, one of our senior officers, like the guy we know and love, he was there, and he helped a ton. Like in private messages, he was like, "Yo, this is how you issue orders. This is how you do a sync." That guy put me on game. He put me on game. He put us all on game. I mean,
Yeah, we stepped up like a lot on that phase. That made the team. That made the team AVA ready. That was it. We have to thank Shenanigans for turning us red a lot on that for our success.
They gave us a nice target. Oh, I hate Shenanigans. I hate Shen.
It made us learn.
Angie, I don't like shenanigans either. I'm with you on that.
I hate them.
You know that their leader blocked me on Facebook, like blocked me.
Oh, why?
Why? I mean, there's a million reasons.
That's not very friendly, is it?
I was never very likable to them.
Oh, any of us?
Okay, Suzanne, you're muted. If you can join in. Yeah, she's nodding. Yeah.
Hey, Suzanne.
Yay.
Are you not speaking?
Oh no, she's muted.
She's muted.
She needs to be not muted, but just no video. That's what she needs.
Yeah. She doesn't know how to do it. Okay. You have to tap the screen. I love how this podcast is so professional.
This podcast is flipping awesome.
Okay.
She's done it. Suzanne? Hello?
Get her, Angie. Angie.
Yeah, I'm trying.
No, you've done a fantastic job over the last month or two, and I know that your real life has kind of placed some challenges in front of you, and you've still performed in an exemplary manner. And I just want to thank you.
Oh no, there's no need. There's no need to thank me.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't. I'm thanking you
fucking
for
awesome.
putting up with my real life obligations.
Oh my God, come on. It's family. That's how we do it here. You know, like maybe if we were super cutthroat because like we were the best alliance in the game or whatever, then we'd be more cutthroat.
Oh, I'd be out. Yeah, I know.
It's not like that.
It was going to be a surprise because we actually tested it last night if Angie
For
could
2
join
hours.
Yeah. We're talking about 2 hours.
2-hour podcast.
It was an unbroadcast podcast because Angie was really looking forward to seeing your reaction to her accent.
I think her accent is hot.
Oh my God.
I think, hello?
I'm on record now, Angie. I think your accent is hot.
Oh, thank you. No, it was my mother mainly. She wanted to see hear your reaction. No, because I pulled a crafty. Because last podcast I didn't have a mic.
Okay, so better now.
Yeah, I played a crafty on my husband, saying, "Well, I'm a bit worried when I have my music on late at night on how it sounds."
It's probably awesome.
Can
Can you say, please, sir, may I have some more?
Why?
Do it. You have to do it, Angie.
No.
No, the leader just giving you an order.
Don't say it. It's a literary reference. Most people won't get it anyway. It doesn't matter.
I get it.
I get it.
You get it. I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Most people won't. It's not a big deal.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
Thank you, Angie. Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Oh, Suzanne, so you're in?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
Yes. Hello, you're hearing the voice of the Spy Master.
Hello, Spy Master. That's awesome.
At your service.
Took me a while to get all the controls right and everything, but I think I've done it.
I know.
Yeah, I think you've done it. That's good.
All my controls are on this little toggle that's hanging off through the USB, but mine are Irish.
You know what? We have had a really good podcast so far. I think Allison crushed it as our special guest.
Oh, she did.
And I
think it was too bad I had to have me smoke and miss her.
She's fine with it.
Yeah, we wanted to ask a lot more questions, but you know, time is limited. But I was going to ask her about the spies when she left. Our spy chats, it's probably the best and the most fun chat in the game.
Jumping all the time.
Oh, it's awesome.
Even off phases jumping.
Okay, so yeah, the spy chat is fucking fantastic. Do you know that Layla By the way, we
Oh, I
can't give enough
love
credit
that.
to Layla.
I
Yeah.
love that girl, that woman.
She's
She is awesome.
fantastic, right?
Absolutely awesome.
Layla stood up the spy chat for Magister Mortalis.
Yeah, she told me. Well, I read that.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
fantastic. Now, a lot of people were available to spy, and it was a lot of people from a lot of different alliances. Like, FU spies were there, you know, MM spies were there. There were spies from all over, but what they really needed is unity and direction. And what
Yes.
happened was Layla jumped in and was like, this is how a spy chat goes. Like,
Yeah.
get
Oh,
on
that's
board.
awesome to hear.
And she did fucking awesome at it.
We need her on here one day.
Yeah, I know.
We need
do,
Layla.
right?
We need Layla in podcast one day.
Layla was like already friends with the guys from Magister Mortalis too. So it was really
Well, that
cool
helps.
of her. Yeah.
That helps.
They all knew
that
her.
goes a long way.
A lot of times it's really difficult to join a new alliance, and if you've got a lot of experience, you've been around for a while and you've been in a lot of alliances, it's hard to jump in and say, how come we're not doing this or how come we're not doing that, because you don't want to sound like an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard. It can be hard to join a new place and see what's going on. You got to get the lay of the land first.
Yeah, you don't want to be treading on anyone's toes.
That's right.
That's exactly right. But she talked to me
I've been there
a bit about that early on, and I kind of like the guidance I gave her, and I don't know if this is the best guidance ever, but the guidance I gave her was just lead. Just lead. You know how to do this.
Yeah.
You know what's supposed to be happening. Nobody is going to step up because nobody is going to want to step on anyone's toes. But someone has to do it.
Somebody's got to lead.
Someone has to do it, and you know what needs done. Do it. And
it surprises me that some of these main alliances don't have an organized spy team. The reliance on spy is paramount in an alliance, and to not have an organized spy team seems like that's the weakest link. That's ridiculous.
No, it isn't. In actual fact, a lot of the big alliances, they use outside eyes.
Right. But I mean,
them more room in their garrison to send their sink attacks.
So they've got
maximizing VP.
In shell alliances spying so that they know where they're going.
Yeah, they use support alliances for spying.
Right.
But it's a horrible way of doing it, really, because the spies work hard enough. They deserve their titles as well as everyone else.
Yeah. But if you got an alt in a sort of a shell alliance,
yeah,
you don't have the strength, right, to get through when they got defenders and you need to know what's going on. Although you're not going to attack a camp with defenders, so it doesn't much matter if you get spiders or not.
You're gonna attack it with spies.
If you cannot get free lights with a wave of no more than 50 GP, if you cannot get free lights, then the chances are nobody's going to be sending to that alliance anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Then if you're only getting 2 lights with 50 GPs wave being sent at them, then just
then your spies aren't very good.
no, you just leave it alone and you move on to the next one.
Yeah. Well, it's not that the spies aren't that good. Like some alliances, when they go to bed, they leave 300 defenders when they go to sleep. Like, what can you do against that?
Correction, John. That's closer to 900 defenders. I've hit alliances where they've had about 850 defenders in.
And that just might be bad luck. Like they're gearing up for a sink, or they're sitting there, right?
Yeah.
If you look at our camps when we're holding for a sync, that's the number that's gonna turn up.
Yeah.
I think that only one alliance has ever left like almost 3,000 swords in defense and left a region. It was posted in the pits, like that wasn't a sync. But that's the exception.
That was
Usually
left
we
in
leave
there
like 300.
overnight.
Yeah.
That was left in there dormant overnight, and I hit that alliance. I can't remember
Angie?
quite which
That's a
one
lot
it was now.
Be flying around.
Angie, what does our spy team need?
What do you mean? What
You
does
know
that?
our spy team, and you've been at Shaga, and they're the best alliance in the game, and you've seen that. You've also been in other alliances. Probably the capacity to gauge how we could do better, and what do we need?
More spies, more.
Where are we now? And
We-
where should we be going?
Well, the spies that we got, I mean, Allison said it earlier, that 150 garrison points for a spy is perfect. So if we can aim for that with the existing spies that we have, but we always need more spies.
Sometimes I think that
We
100
can always
almost too much though, because so for me, I've got 111 GP. I've got 37 waves. I do a SAB, thieves, and spies.
yeah, that's what I do.
I've got Land's Knife, and I've got the fully evolved crown, and I have a mature intrigue dragon. So I get good results, and I can keep 6 camps lit for the most part. I will always be able to find a target. So I can keep 6 camps lit. So if I'm in one region with 111 GP and I can keep 6 camps lit, for the most part, later on in the phase, not at the very beginning, but later on in the phase, I can be very effective as a single spy in a single region. I'm only taking up 111 GP. So everyone else can do their fights, can do their whatever. And so to me, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yes,
No,
but not everyone has the same gear.
Right. That's right. But I can stay on. I mean, I was doing it, not this phase, but the last phase, 16 hours a day, just spying and keeping everything lit that needed to be lit.
That's so fucking baller.
Yeah. Okay, but Allison was saying, like, if
gear
people
you got, Suze, you know, that's amazing, the gear you have, but not everyone has that gear.
No, that's true. That's true.
So for those who do,
but I've got gear for everything. Like I can send a wick. I've got the mirror shield. I've got Visenya's chainmail. I've got mature dragons for each action. So whatever I'm needed to do, I can do. So I can fill in anywhere. I like spying very much because it makes me feel like I'm a big part of everything, right?
A huge part.
Vital part.
Spies win wars, period. There's nothing better, there's nothing more heroic to do than spy for your alliance. And there's nothing like more, there should be nothing more fulfilling.
Yet Shagger hardly do that.
Okay,
Well,
I'll chime in on that. Because we were talking about it last night, and we actually kind of did something similar when we were helping MM, where lights went out, one of the sinks, and we just did some sync with some spy out of Alf. Remember that?
Yeah,
John called some of the sinks, and we're like, go there, trust it. So
Trust
I'm.
it. That's
yeah.
what I put. That's what I put in orders.
Yeah,
when
because
the lights are out.
Yeah,
but
John
then
and I could see it. John and I could see it. I'm guessing that Shaga utilizes all 3K GP for offense.
Yes.
They want to milk every single GP they got in camp. So
every
it's
last
not
bit
lack of
research they can,
coordination.
yeah.
Yeah, they
No,
have people with a lot of GP, and they know they don't have to pick a target because they have so much support sometimes. So we're hitting that target. It doesn't matter if there's a better target. We'll make it a better target. So
But at the
they
same
have
time,
eyes on target.
yeah, but like, do they have comprehensive eyes? Because, like, let's be real. Shaga won 4 regions last phase. Do you know how many spies it would take to give you partial eyes in 4 regions at the same time?
a lot.
Yeah.
This is why I said that they relying on outside eyes.
There's no other way to do it, right? Like,
There
that's
isn't.
Herculean. That's
It's,
huge.
it's impossible, John.
It looks
It's
impossible.
No, it is impossible to maintain an organized spy outfit and win 4 alliances. 4 regions.
Okay, so the only thing that Shaga did was in the Crownlands, and it wasn't for too long because KL kind of caves pretty easily, I have
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah,
But
they
it
did.
was the only sync that they kept, and I joined the sync a few times. It was hard to get in, and
Oh, how
it
many
wasn't just the
times?
spies; it was the bribe. I checked the logs. Like the bribe didn't come from within; it came from the outside.
That was outside too.
Yeah, so why not do the spies outside also? I mean, practically
But then-
50% of what I did at Shaga was playing support outside.
But I was asking myself there, don't spies deserve titles the same as everyone else?
Well, but they do get the same titles. As long as the team is successful, everybody gets the title.
But if you're not in that,
But if you're not in Shaga,
alliance,
spying, if you're in the
spying
support
outside
alliance,
them, yeah.
Sorry, go on, Suze.
No, if you're not in Shaga, but you're providing support and providing eyes, it's got to be made up of completely alts because you want those titles. If you're working that hard spying, you want a title. So you're either in Shaga or you have an alt in Shaga, or you have your main in Shaga and an alt in some other shell alliance, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting point. I don't think anyone on any team deserves that team's titles more than the spies do.
You're awesome.
Right? Like,
well, let's put it that way. The only spying I did was with my alts, and they were in Alf, and they didn't get any titles.
Right.
So that's just how it is.
No,
like
and
I didn't have I didn't got any titles from MM, but most of my work was
with MM, you did great work with them.
And it was fun. The chat was really fun. I wasn't in the general chat. I heard it was kind of rowdy, and I think we had someone ask, was it you, Suzanne, in the chat? Like, how do you put so many people from different backgrounds in the same alliance and make it
from disparate alliances that have maybe potentially been enemies in the past?
Right? Oh yes, MM was very interesting this phase.
We worked alongside, like, literally the only people in MM we've never fought and won't fight are the people in MM. That's like 40 people. So like the other 60 we played with are our enemies.
There was a mention in the pit about that, right? Somebody, I don't know whether it was Mark or somebody said, how the hell did you manage that?
Yes.
Well, that's one of the coolest things about us, like the fingers being there this phase. Like, we got a lot of cred, you know? There were a lot of people, listen, when we first started, as you know, everyone flipped us red. They didn't know shit about us, you know?
They still don't.
They still don't. But this last phase, I mean, it was really cool to fight with these people who like redded us without knowing us, and now they know about us, and we're not assholes. We're not shitty. Like, we're good and we're solid and we're cool.
And not
And,
all
like,
glitter jizz and shit.
Yeah, it's not all glitters and dildos and shit like it used. Like, it's not that.
No, it's full of hedgehog porn.
Yes,
Well,
mostly
okay,
hedgehog
so that
porn.
that is consistent, and it will probably always be. By the way, can we just take a brief break?
Do you have to go?
Angie, let's talk about Angie's hedgehog. What happened?
Oh, so sad.
Bring it down.
No, we should discuss it. It's
Why
important.
didn't you keep it, Angie? Why didn't you keep it in your house in a little box and feed it?
She did.
I know, but for longer.
It's against the law over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
government.
it's illegal. We can't have hedgehogs as pets over here.
Oh, I
They're
don't think we have
wild.
that
They're
problem.
wild over here.
Wait. You have hedgehog sanctuaries, but you can't keep them as pets? That doesn't make any sense.
No, what it is, John, these hedgehog sanctuaries are there to actually help the hedgehogs because their numbers are declining.
Oh.
Because everybody's stealing them and shipping them over to the United States and Canada.
No,
so we
no. They're a different type of hedgehog.
Bastard.
No, they're a different type of hedgehog that you're getting over there.
Oh,
Your ones that you get over there, they're called African pygmy hedgehogs, right?
okay.
Yeah, these are sort of like your full-sized hedgehog.
So you're putting the poor African hedgehogs in chains and bringing them to America. Okay.
Oh
This
my God.
conversation
Oh,
is
you're
going-
right.
Horrible.
Breed those
This is
over
going
here.
really badly now. Stop.
No, we don't do that.
I have no idea what
Luke,
Well, I'm
gonna
really
slap
sorry.
you for that comment.
I'm
I have
sorry
no
the
idea.
poor little guy didn't make it. I know that
I know.
you tried.
Yes.
Oh, I did try, yeah. Yeah, the only thing that I can think it was is either the dog traumatized it so much. Because I think
Or
the dog
maybe
was trying to
it was just
fight
his
it.
time to go. You know, maybe he was old. I don't know.
Yeah, how do you do
Um,
a hedgehog, like age-wise?
No, it's quite a small one, so that would have been quite a young one.
Aw.
Oh.
Yeah, the only thing that I can think of is either it was so traumatized by what by seeing the dog,
In
or
shock.
Mm.
Died of shock.
yeah, or it died of lungworm.
Oh.
Those animals live in the wild and they
Fucking British dogs.
it's difficult to save them, and you get emotionally invested in them. You do the best you
I
can.
cried.
Aw, Angie. That's sad.
Well, I was
Well-
actually really, I really loved the fact that you actually found one in your backyard and then helped it.
I did too. I thought that was
Yeah.
just so totally amazing.
Right?
Well, I tried.
The little dude knew where to go.
Yeah. Okay.
The best house.
Yeah, the best possible house. Like, I mean, come on.
True story. The best possible house that poor little hedgehog could have ever ended up in.
Yeah.
And then he ended up in a box with a warm water and a milk crate and a blanket and like just perfect. Like, that was
Yeah.
fantastic.
John, not to divert it too much from the AVA, but I think this is like the first time that we planned the Merc, and we split up into 3 teams,
Yes.
competitive.
Yes.
So I don't know. It's not usually something that tier alliance would do. Like I'm the first person to question if people call us a mega, and I know people give us shit for that, but into 3 teams that end up either first or second.
Yes.
What do I have to say about that?
Is there a question coming?
Yeah, there is a question. Look,
here's the situation, dude.
Look, you can have 100 people in an alliance and they can suck. I've searched the
It's true.
Yeah, I've seen
the
it.
alliance. You have alliances that have 90, 100 people in it, and they don't even show up on the board.
Yeah.
But even those that stayed home at ALF,
and there are people that stayed home.
We were 14 in a couple of regions or something. I didn't check the last placings, but we like for the amount of people we had and where we were at. I mean, we still were.
We actually could have ranked a little higher if we weren't.
Yeah, let me tell you what. ALF itself, even with the remain behind team, ALF itself was a top 10 alliance easily. And the only reason it didn't get top 10 is because it was spread out in 3 places to support 3 different. If the remain behind element in ALF was just focused on one single region, it probably would have made 6th place.
Yeah, I would agree.
Easily.
Yeah.
I was very limited. That like I didn't play for 2 days out of the whole thing. So I was amazed. I was impressed, but it also shows a little bit of the I mean, with so few players in ALF, like staying home, and the fact that we were able to place where we did in the regions, you got to question what these other alliances are doing with their 100
What
members.
the fuck are they doing?
What the fuck are they doing? Like if we could place with apathetic, like
seriously,
just
we're dope as shit with half of our brain tied behind our back.
Right?
What the fuck are the rest of these guys doing?
The sad fact is, I don't think they have a clue of what they're doing.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They don't.
No, seriously.
I've been in alliances like that. They just don't have a fucking clue.
How many times have you seen on the incoming log, you've got 5 steal, then you've got 5 harass, then you've got 5, right? And it's all from the same player.
Swindle,
So they don't understand, and they're sending their harassers to harass, and they're sending their stealers to steal, and it's so weird. It's they don't get it.
Oh my God. Like, no, seriously. We seriously. What are they doing? Like, yeah, I agree. I don't have any idea.
They have no guidance. Look, they have no guidance. And if you search for alliances in this game, you can check like AVA competitive. Yeah, you can. You have alliances that are.
Sorry, Angie. What do you say?
What does that say about their leader? If a leader can't give their players guidance,
listen, I'm gonna talk a little bit about leadership. I'm gonna talk a little bit about leadership, and I don't want it to come off like self-aggrandizing. All right.
Can you say that again, John? Because I think you're pissed.
Well, I'm definitely pissed. I'm going to talk a little bit about leadership, but I don't want it to come off as egotistical or whatnot. Okay.
It will anyway. Don't worry about it. Just say
it. There's a fucking recipe to it.
Yeah.
I am not a natural leader. I never have been. But I have been in leadership positions for much of my adult life, and you don't have to be a natural leader to know what the recipe is for leading people. That's giving a fuck about them and putting in the effort that it takes to let them know you give a fuck about them. It's
true story, John.
It's also realizing that you're not gonna do shit that they don't do for you. And that everything that fucking you achieve as a leader is going to be 100% based on what you can get other people to achieve. And like, I mean, that's the recipe. That's really, I mean, there's a million things that you have to do because of those realizations. But that's
The other thing adding to that recipe is respect. If you do not respect your players, then your players are not going to respect you.
absolutely. Well, it's just like anything. Like nobody fucking cares how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yep,
Yeah.
I concur.
So, like, you know, I mean, there a lot of people can go the wrong way. You know, they can try to lead by virtue of what they know, but they're just going to come off as condescending and authoritarian. You know, like, it's really about intrinsically motivating people to do for themselves, to do what they can do. It's not, you know, so anyway, I'm going to bring this full circle. There are so many alliances out there that are founded by people who are like half-ass into the game and have half-ass players, and the players they keep are half-ass players, you know? Like,
But they're happy with where they end up.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with that. And matter of fact, they might have the last laugh on all of us because they're still enjoying the game.
True.
That's true.
So,
yeah. Most of the times we say like, I think we had more fun when we were not fighting for titles, and sometimes that's true.
We talked about this earlier. I used to be a lot more funny in the pit.
Yeah.
I used to be having a lot more fun.
Like, how can we get top 10s? Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and there was no pressure.
We were fighting for seconds, and nobody knew we were fighting for seconds.
They don't even notice. Like, we noticed. We had a great time. No one else noticed.
You know, I gotta say, I've been in quite a few alliances, and when I started the game, I was in an alliance called Wardens of the North or something ridiculous, and I had no idea. It was an open alliance, so when I first started, that's who I ended up joining.
I think I remember them.
We played the old AVA, and we got rolled over by the goats, and then everybody would vacate the camps, because that was the time you could actually see who was in your garrison, and you sent everybody ravens and said, get out, they're coming. So
you know what it was a long time ago. I was a leader of a small alliance of about 20 players called First Rangers.
Nice.
And the highest finish we got, because I kept going north all the time, because I had a hunch with the north being a region where we can get easily. And the highest finish that I got out of 20 players, was a top 6.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's really good.
You know what? In the old AVA, I don't know. It was very different. So the leader left, and he left me in charge. So I was the leader, and it was I became the leader when they took that hiatus over the summer, because they were revamping AVA.
Yeah, see, I was kind of a reluctant leader. I was thrown into it because nobody else would step up.
Right.
So
that's kind of where I ended up.
Yeah, our leader just sort of like up and left without so much as a bye or leave, and then because no one else would.
That's right. My leader was a student, so he wanted to take the summer off. So I said, okay, fine, I'll take it, whatever. And so we worked, and I talked to them, and I was researching, and I freaking put my all into it, and we actually came up with a top 10 finish. And it was like, everybody was like, wow. So then the guy comes back in September, because he's going back to school, and he expects to take it over again. And that's when the new AVA was coming into effect. And he started saying all his bullshit, and he was out of touch. And I got pissed off, and he wanted it back, and I gave it back to him, and I left. And I had a bunch of people follow me, and I actually ended up, and I know this is probably a bad admission, but I ended up at Big Mama's house. And you know what? I had a lot of fun there. I actually really liked Tilea, and I met a lot of friends there, and I was an officer, and I had a lot of good times. And we tried. She made the mistake of announcing to everybody that they were going for a region, and at that time wasn't a good thing to do, because you target on your forehead, right? Just take in the mercs and do it quietly, right? At that time.
Yeah.
Now everything is announced to everybody. Everybody knows where everybody's going and stuff. But at that time, so yeah, she was a very interesting leader. She was hard to work with. She was a very she was more of a dictator type of thing than a collaborative thing. And so that was an interesting kind of leadership. And then from there, I just said, you know what, I think I got to go. I don't remember where I went. I ended up joining Dead Rabbits with Heath, because I saw his.
Heath.
I know, right? I know, but it was a startup.
Oh, no.
I'm super interested in startups. I think that's what's attracted me to ALF, because it was sort of a startup thing. But so yeah, I joined Dead Rabbits, and then I wasn't an officer, and I didn't know the politics, and there was so much shit going on in the background. And because I had been an officer before, I knew all this shit, and I knew what was going on, and I could understand where everything was going. And then Dead Rabbits, I joined. I was a soldier, and I was fine with being a soldier because officership had given me a hard time. So I joined Dead Rabbit, but I could see in the chat, I could see there was freaking shit going down, and I didn't know what was happening. So that's how I became friends with James. And I said, James, man, you got to tell me what the fuck just went on. Because I don't even know, like, the fucking thing imploded, right? So I talked to James, and he was so straight up with me. I really, really appreciated that. And I didn't know where to go after that. So then I joined XO, Exiles and Outlaws, because a friend of mine from Big Mama's house, an officer at Big Mama's house, we were officers together, she had joined XO because she loves Randall. And Randall is such a great guy.
Yeah.
So I joined there, and then I realized they were working out every other phase, and they
That's
do
their business model. That's their thing.
And I didn't actually realize that before I joined them. And I'm really a home player. Like I really appreciate having a home hangout. I've been around. This sounds bad, but I've been around. And I really want to gel with a group of people that are after the same things, and that I can get to know, and that I can play with, and we can fight, and we can lose, and we can do everything together, right? And so XO, I didn't really gel all that much with them. And so James, I said, what are you doing this phase? And he said, well, I'm with Alf, come on. And I came in, and I love you guys. And I'm having a good time here. And John, I think you're a fantastic leader, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but you remind me very much of your enthusiasm. Reminds me of Talea's enthusiasm at the very beginning, because she was enthusiastic, and she was training and podcast, like everything that you're doing, and I love it, and I like to be part of a startup. So I'm really happy.
That's nice.
I don't really know her. I mean, I appreciate that. I know of her, but I don't really know her.
No, she doesn't play anymore. She had to leave the game. It was too much. Like, she was all consumed with it. Like, it became a freaking thing. With like it,
that's understandable. That's my life too. Like, that's
and that is the burden of leadership, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. So I appreciate your leadership. I really like what you're doing, and that's why I stayed home, because I'm just done with working. It's too much. I want to fight with my team, and that's why I'm here.
Well, I don't expect that we'll merc a lot. Like, I don't want to, and you know, like, there are
I'm
other
not
options.
personally.
Like,
I'm not a fan of Mercy.
What?
I'm not a fan of murking.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to do it a lot.
I'm
I
not a
don't
fan
expect
of it
that
really,
we'll
but
be a
it-
team.
But you got good
to do
titles, right? Everybody got, well, not everybody, but I mean,
Well, no, like
No,
because
no,
there's
no.
second place titles now.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that's
everybody got
right.
titles.
There was,
but,
wasn't there?
yeah, everybody got titles.
Yeah, we didn't really do an
I mean-
AVA summary, and we're getting kind of long in the podcast. But yeah,
Nobody's
everybody
gonna listen
got
past this point, so it's more like a Skype conversation.
it's true. How we do it?
Look, I'll tell you before we end this. Like, I'll tell you, I don't expect for us to murk ourselves out like that often at all. Okay, so I do expect that sometimes we'll need to take an off phase.
Absolutely.
Yes,
But
yes, I
we-
agree
that-
there.
That doesn't mean we have to murk out. I think Drew was on point with presenting the opportunity that we could play the hunter games. Like we can
Or the
go after
Alfie. Have you seen
some
the
of
Alfie stuff?
what?
The Alfie or the Alti Awards.
Yeah, there's a lot of different
Oh
options.
my god! And DB supports that and offers gold for that. So the
Yeah,
Alti, like
there are a
that's-
lot of different. If we're gonna take an off phase, and we should now and again, we don't have to go anywhere to do it. You know. So like this was kind of like a special thing, and I think it was great, to be honest.
I agree.
I really thought. I mean, look, I know
was
a
an
lot of
opportunity.
people don't want to murk. We're not gonna make it a habit, but it's really, really cool to see such a large impact that Alf can have on the map when it spreads out. Like that was pretty rad, to be honest with you.
So we influenced that AVA big time, didn't we?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Like we
Was it? What was it? We got 5, would you say?
Oh, we won 5 regions.
5.5.
Runner up.
We had 5.5 titles.
Well, yeah, okay.
How'd you get half a title? How'd you get
more
half
than
a
half of
title?
Westeros.
Second place, Angie, is half a title.
So like
No, that was a title in itself.
I was just saying, like it was really cool. Like we we spread out and there was a lot of win involved. Now that that all those wins don't belong to us.
No.
They belong to the teams we augmented. There's no doubt about that. But like I mean, it was a really great phase for us. I
regret not joining another team, to be honest. But whatever.
Well, I'm sorry for that because being at home in Alpha's phase, that was that was kind of shitty. Now, the people who stayed at home did amazing, but I wasn't there for them. Like I kind of ignored them. It just felt bad, but they did really good. But they were so back burner that it feels shit.
You had a lot of fingers, and a lot of.
There was a lot of stuff going on.
I'm sorry, that made me laugh at.
Oh, right there. I'll stop the sentence. Yeah.
Me laugh at Luke when you said a lot of fingers.
Yes.
Fingers in where?
coordinating with Shaga and MM, and then SOE, and politics in the Vale. So and sometimes it's hard to keep track of everything. It's hard to keep track of every chat.
Honestly,
every time,
it was supposed
even when
to
we're
be my
out.
vacation phase. It was supposed to be my vacation phase, so I didn't burn out. But
I bet one battle with Adam that you were going full strength. Anyways,
I was going full strength.
And I also bet it and he's gonna drag me into it. You'll see.
Yeah, you won both of those bets. I went full on in 3 alliances.
Yeah.
And Yeah, you're right. I mean, I can't not do that. It's like, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even know how you play so many accounts, like so
You
many.
felt responsible.
It's
Because I don't do them. I don't always do them all at the same time.
You don't need to have you don't need to have a lot of alts. You just need to feel responsible for any team that you send your people.
That's what it is. It's not
Yeah.
that I feel. It's not that I feel like I have to hit send like everywhere. It's the thing is that I feel like I need to, like, yeah, I need to take care of my people everywhere.
looking
all
after the
time.
people, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm here, John, because I feel like you're looking after the people.
Well, I'm doing the best I can, but here's what's really difficult is I know that despite my best efforts, like, I can't guarantee us a victory. And that's really, really frustrating for me. It's very, very stressful to me because in any given phase, I know that our team deserves one, but that I can't guarantee one. And like that's the
Well,
stress
nobody
that
Nothing-
keeps me going.
Nothing in life is guaranteed, and you do the best you can, and people trust you as a leader, and that's all there is to it. Like,
Well, we have one of the best teams in the game. They have a hard on for us. All right, they're coming, like every phase.
KL, yes.
So we're in a very difficult position when it comes to winning in any given phase. But like I've told people recently, that's not all bad. It's like we're being sharpened against the dopest whetstone the game has to offer. And if they think that we're always going to stay the way we are now, then they're making a fucking mistake. Like every time we go to war and we have to fight KL, we are gradually becoming better than everyone else.
we are getting better and better and better.
Soup and faster. That's what I was telling someone just today. Heath. I was actually telling Heath just today. I'm like, yo, you're right. It is really tough for us to win. But what you're not grasping here is that we're getting better, faster than anyone else in the game. And because we have to. Because we are.
Well, there is a saying: in order to be the best, you got to go up against the best. And
Yeah,
that's
well,
what
we
we're doing.
we might lose, but then there's also a quote from Napoleon, which I'm paraphrasing now, that says it is unwise to repeatedly fight the same opponent, lest you unintentionally teach them your entire art of war. And that's where we're at. Let's fuck around and let's fight KL. Eventually.
What happened this last phase?
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, they're not. After the first time we fought them, they got way less scary to me. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, well, they can beat us next time, and the time after that, and the time after that. But what they're not realizing is that they're making us super sharp. If we were fucking around and fighting other alliances, we would not get as sharp as fast. But
That's
right
right.
now, we're getting sharp quick.
No, my previous alliance was not this strong and did not evolve this quickly, and it won the titles back to back because they didn't have the challenges that we face. We are way stronger than a team that usually got titles more frequently.
I think no, yeah, I think we're already much stronger than a lot of teams that win.
Yeah, we are. Our success rate is not dictated by how good we are alone. It's the situation.
And you can look at the map and anyone can see it. Like,
Yeah.
people regularly win regions at much less VP than we lose them with.
Yeah. Yep.
Fact.
What is that?
That was me flushing the toilet.
Toilet flushing.
That
I need
time
that,
I
my
did-
friends. I'm going to
One time-
say goodnight.
I did
Yeah,
remember to
we
piss on the
just
side of
dropped
the
in
bowl.
half of our
Oh.
I'm not going to bed, but I'm going to say goodnight. It was a
Yeah.
pleasure talking to you all. Cheers.
Oh,
what else
okay.
am I having here, Suzanne?
It's about that time.
Good night, Sus.
All right, let's end this.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. I gotta check the chat and see what people
Yeah.
are saying, but
Not a lot. I've just checked.
yeah, but I
Right
haven't
now,
checked
yeah.
for the last several hours, so
Kind of gripped.
This is our defense mechanism. We go like for 3 hours, so the pit won't listen to all that we say. Too long, didn't listen.
that sounds good. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. It was a good time, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. Good night, Alf.
Bye, guys.
Bye.